The Supreme Court has said that sports betting is more or less going to be legal. Essentially, it's legal. So are you worried that in the 1950s and so in the college sports, we had sports betting shaving? People were, because of the odds or relating to the point spread. Are you worried about that in the NBA?
I'm always worried that we could have a scandal of any kind, certainly one involving sports betting. I think that we are better off with a regulated betting framework than keeping it all underground and illegal. And I know firsthand as the league that, the Supreme Court decision has only been within the last year, and now something like 8 states have now legalized sports betting. Our preference would be that there would be a consistent federal framework, because if you're a league and you're potentially dealing with 50 different states and all their different requirements, it becomes a huge burden for the business, and it's also a bit of a race to the bottom among the states sometimes from a regulatory standpoint. But putting that aside, in terms of our concern that, like any public market, just if you think of NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange, part of their ability to ferret out illegal activities from the algorithms that show when there's deviations that cause their computers to issue red flags and say something aberrational has happened here. When everything's illegal, other than having, in essence, tipping services and relationships, we can't know those things. So I think it's better that it be transparent, regulated, and controlled and authenticated. And this way also people are betting with their credit cards, so you know who they are. And it's been not only legal in obviously the state of Nevada for a long time, but for decades in Europe. And I've learned a lot from our counterpart soccer leagues, because they've worked and lived in regulated betting frameworks for a long time, and they have much better controls than we do.
Would you like to own a piece of the betting profits in the league?
Not the profits. I think our proposal is, it's been a bit controversial, but we've proposed that we receive something that I've called an integrity fee, and some people said, oh, that's a euphemism for you just getting a royalty, and I'm saying, all right, call it a royalty. My view is this year, the NBA will spend roughly $8 billion creating the NBA. We'll generate around $9 billion, and we spend about $8 billion. And my feeling is, as the creators of the intellectual property, and the organization in which the burden of regulation has been imposed on us by the states. Again, this is, the Supreme Court did what it did, and now states are doing what they're doing, legalizing sports betting. They are now imposing a set of requirements on us in terms of how they expect us to protect the integrity of the product. And so my view is we should get a fee not off the profits, because I don't want anyone to think in any way that we're incentivized for a particular team to win, or for a game to go, or for a particular score, or for 7 games instead of 6 games or whatever else. But yes, I feel as a business matter we should share in the proceeds.